Welcome, everybody, to your least favorite podcast. My name is Mark, and I am here with all of my friends.
Steven.
Nick.
Jake.
Good evening, or morning, or afternoon, or nighttime, all of our listeners. You're tuning in with your least favorite podcast, The Thunder.
Where did that come from?
That was a weird one. That was a weird one for sure.
How's it going, everybody?
Wonderful.
Except
Spectacular.
Nick interrupting my thunder.
I would never.
You sounded a bit like a radio broadcaster there.
That's what I was going for, actually.
1035 The Thunder.
I watched an episode of Psych that was based around like a radio talk show, and that's what he was doing. The Thunder.
We're not a fucking radio talk show, okay?
We
Then
could
he had
be.
A
We
player
could be.
named Gus.
Probably be more.
And he was talking all sensual like this, and he says,
Hey, Mark,
"I'm just
stop.
a player named Mark."
Hey, Mark, stop.
There's not much difference between a radio broadcast show and a podcast.
Kinda.
One's just
There
like
is in my
live.
heart.
They clip in some music. That's what we need to do. Have little commercial breaks. Have little
Well,
we
to
play
get
music.
commercial breaks and have people sponsor you for commercials, you have to have listeners. So
We could just come up with some bullshit ads for ourselves. They don't have to be real ads. I love when people are like, "This video is sponsored by me."
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
I like the one that's like,
And
one's
Manscaped.
sponsored by no one, because no one's paying me any money to do this, but we're gonna do it anyways.
accurate.
I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
people can relate to that.
Oh no, I left my crackers.
Your
That's
crackers.
probably for the best.
Damn.
So I was going to bring up, since we're getting so close to it, the election. I think we need to talk about it. So between Woodrow Wilson and Theodore Roosevelt, 1912, who you guys picking?
Theodore Roosevelt for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a shoe in for Theodore.
I like old Teddy.
Yeah. You feel like he's doing a good job? He needs to be reelected?
I agree. Yeah, I think
Wasn't he the only one that got elected 3 times?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or is
Well,
that Franklin?
he wasn't
It was
elected.
one of the
3
Roosevelts.
times. He was.
Franklin Roosevelt. That hasn't happened yet. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, we're
Okay.
going that route. Okay.
I feel like
He wasn't
we had to
elected
touch
3
on
times.
politics.
He was just had 3 terms.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was going through some stuff at the time, you know.
How did that even happen? I can't remember.
They didn't have the provisions in place.
Oh, in place yet? Mm.
Yeah, I think that came about like soon after he did that. But again, he had good reason. With the
How do you
World
know
War
his
going
reason?
on,
Yeah.
they didn't want to switch people out during the World Wars.
You seem to know a lot about this time frame. Hmm?
No, it's theoretical because that hasn't happened yet. We're
Hmm.
talking about 1912, the current year. You know,
That'd be kind of cool to actually like see how their like campaigns went back then. Be interesting.
they're more straightforward. They're probably not as interesting as the campaigns in the theoretical future.
I feel like they'd be more interesting. Campaigns now suck.
They're verging more on entertainment than they are actual politics.
Did you
But
say
it's fine.
virgin moron?
They're verging. Yeah, I heard the same thing too. You didn't-
Okay.
Verging is what he meant.
I don't know
to
what
say.
to tell you.
So I saw a
I-
video on Reddit. That made me laugh. Made me want to go to an aquarium too. There was like a video of like this killer whale that it was like it swam right up next to the glass and you can just see it like shit. Like
Oh, I saw
all
that.
up in it. And then like 20 seconds later, another whale comes out and like splashes all the shit water onto the crowd.
I don't have many videos that I've seen where I'm like, oh, that was one of them. I'd be like, oh, fuck, no.
So, that's
The
why I
little
don't
kid's
sit in the
face,
splash
he's
zone.
just like,
yeah.
Oh, no.
You know what?
And
Good
then-
for that whale, dude.
This shit was so funny.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
it's
on
the
his
least they
side.
can do. If I was trapped in there and spray a bunch of shit on all these people.
Hell yeah. That's what the monkeys do.
Yeah, just fling shit at people.
The whales have way better coverage than the monkeys, let me tell you. Based on that video, they just do it and then splash, and the whole crowd. They cover like 30 people, whereas a monkey can do like 1 or 2.
Yeah, but the monkeys get 1 or 2 a day, probably.
You ever seen a fish poop? It's just like a cloud of like goo. Like it doesn't even look like a poo.
No,
Except
that thing
little
about it,
fish.
we had that fish tank for several years, and I don't think I ever saw our fish poop.
And most of the fish I've seen that are like small, they just have like a little string coming out of them sometimes. That's their poop.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm sure different fish do it. I mean, because you have the whale, which is like a big cloud, and then you have the stringy poop. I don't know.
You guys know a lot about this fish poop situation.
The grossest thing that I saw was it was my job to like keep up with the pool when I was a kid, and so I had to, like I was getting like leaves out of the pool and shit, and there was like 2 frogs, like one on top of the other, and just like a line of eggs coming out of the bottom frog, and I had to scoop them out whilst they, eggs were like attached to it. It was kind of gross, and I had to like.
You know
try to
what,
pick
Mark?
out all the
That's
eggs.
fucked up. What if someone came and scooped your babies up
I mean,
and did whatever you did to them? To you.
we'd have bigger
To you and your-
problems.
I mean, to be fair, if Mark was having babies in my pool, I'd be a little pissed off about it too.
Yeah, but would you go and scoop them out with your
Maybe.
hand?
Baby.
No, I didn't scoop it out with my hand. Hell no, that's
He
disgusting.
used that 30-foot pole.
Yeah, he used a long ass pole with a net on the end of it.
You
I
need to
mean,
treat things how you want to be treated.
They were
Mark.
able to continue their business just in the woods behind the house.
Sure, they
It made
were.
it more exciting for him. Sent him airborne.
So people will pay good money to fuck in the sky, and
What are you talking about, man?
It took a weird turn.
well, you can do like love jets or whatever. Like a private jet that has like a bed in it, Austin Power style.
I thought they just did it in the bathroom.
So you can join.
Bro,
I mean,
that's
that's
a
like one way
topic
to
I
do
want to
it.
hit on. Who the hell is fucking in airplane bathrooms? Because them things are fucking tiny. Like, I can't even shit in an airplane bathroom, let alone fucking one of them, okay?
Won't be that
And
hard.
I don't think you
and
could
there's only
close the
like
door.
2 on the
Like,
whole
me
plane.
and somebody else in that bathroom together, I'm not sure you could close the door.
Could you imagine you just stuck in there? Like if you do get it closed, then you just can't open it again.
I mean, you sit down and then she sits down
I
on top of
can't
you.
sit down. That's the problem.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be so fucking big, all right?
Maybe they shouldn't be
your
so
curse.
fucking small.
That's your
Yeah.
curse.
Maybe
all
they shouldn't be
right?
so
Dude,
small.
you seen
People
those?
suck.
You seen those theoretic or those like proposed airline seats? They had like designs where they're
They're,
trying
like,
to make them more
stacked.
efficient. Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
they're like offset. So the lower one, and then there's one set like up in your space. So you're kind of like reclined, but somebody's ass is like right in your face.
Dude, they're gonna rip so many farts.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the only concern there, but I do think that would be really nice from like a legroom.
I would
aspect.
request one of the higher seats and then just go eat like a bunch of Mexican like right before the flight. And just keep blowing it out at them.
I ain't going on a plane if I have to ride in a seat like that. I don't give a shit. Like they can. I'm sure people will, but it won't be me.
I saw someone talking about how like that would never get approved from a safety standpoint.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't read much more. I wasn't that interested.
And
But
let's be real, right? You're only going to be so safe in an airplane crash.
that's what I was just thinking though. I was like, if the airplane crashes, gotta fucked either way almost.
It's like,
Yeah.
put your seatbelt on. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if the seatbelt's going to do that much.
If it crashes, it crashes. Like we're all going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're sitting behind the wing, then you have a chance.
I sit in the emergency exit row.
As long as you're sitting above the wing or behind it, you have a slightly higher chance of living than the people in the front of the plane.
I'll be in the front.
I mean, that's where the expensive seats
Oh
are.
my god.
But I always like to say that every time I get on a plane too.
It's
Like I like sitting in the back because I have a better chance of surviving if we crash. Every time as I'm walking by all the people in the front. Like, and who cares? You're only on there for like an hour or two. Like, why would I want to spend that much money just to have? Like, I don't care. I'm probably gonna fall asleep or do something anyways.
The back of the plane's also bumpier though. It's like a rougher
That-
ride.
That has never bothered me. I
I
think
know it
of the
doesn't
worst.
bother you, but like whenever I get on a plane, I got to think about Holly.
I don't know that that's true.
That's what I heard.
The back
No,
would be bumpy.
based on the amount of flights I've done this year, I notice 0%. If it's bumpy, it's gonna be bumpy no matter where the fuck you are on that plane.
I
Yeah, that's
don't know.
fair.
Did y'all see the video? It was from it was one of the units, the aircraft, the storm chaser dudes flying into one of those hurricanes. That's about the bumpiest. I don't know in that situation. They were sitting in there and they're like going in to collect data and they like fly a plane into the hurricane. And it's just like shaking, shit's flying everywhere. And that's a plane that like they were expecting it because they planned to fly into it. But like still,
Ooh, I got a conspiracy. You want to hear it?
is it
Sure, yeah.
about planes?
They
Is it the
send those
Bermuda
airplane. They send the planes in there, and they do something to make it stronger, so it hits harder when it gets to us.
Maybe we just can keep trying until we get rid of Florida. Fuck.
Yeah, they just trying to wipe us out,
Can we
dude.
send it to
off.
Can we send it to California instead? That'd be...
Earthquakes go to California.
Can they make a
flooding
big
goes-
one of
No.
those?
It'd be pretty cool if like Florida got taken out, because then like Alabama by proxy would probably like become a better state.
Fuck.
What if everybody from Florida then moved to Alabama?
Yeah, that'd be
No,
a
they'd be
problem.
dead. They were taken out. Like it's
What
You
if
want
all of our
mass
listeners
genocide,
are in
huh?
Florida? Okay, you have to account. You can't be doing that.
I'm just saying, like if Florida gets taken out, then Georgia and Alabama have way more beachfront.
That's a plot to one of the Superman.
Then we're
movies.
dead next, you idiot.
No, see, it doesn't take us out. We're fine.
It's gonna take you out.
No, it's fine.
What
You
if it
think we're
just
just
like
gonna
rolls
stop once it
Florida
gets off
up
Florida
onto
off?
Alabama? Or it just folds it back
rolls
up.
it
on-
up.
I mean, it's already like that, to be honest.
Some Doctor Strange shit where it just folds
Yeah,
up.
that's what it's gonna do. It's just gonna like boop, and then it'll be squished together.
Then you can't say we don't have mountains.
That's true.
Yeah,
Not mountains. I'd
Mount
wanna.
Florida.
Well, then Jake definitely couldn't hike here.
Yeah, probably couldn't hike up the whole state of Florida. You're right. I'll give you that.
That's
Maybe
actually
hiking-
interesting. I would love to see like what that looks like.
What if you fold an entire state up on?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
ends,
Yeah.
it ends
See
really.
that?
It ends really poorly for both states. I'm
That'd be
sure.
that'd be
Well,
one of those
yeah,
things
but-
that's neat to see right before you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, look at that. That's kind of cool. Dead.
I mean, they kind of did all that in that was it 2012 or no?
No,
I
it
got that
didn't
mixed
fold
up.
up.
It was-
That was a big tidal wave.
No, what was the other one?
That'd be freaky to see happening.
San Andreas, where like the entire city's like crumpling up and falling into the
San
ocean.
Andreas, you mean Grand Theft Auto?
No, they made a movie. It had The Rock. It's about the San Andreas fault line.
Nobody watches his movies.
I didn't watch it. I just saw the videos, like the trailers. Because I get all those confused. There's like 28 or no. There's 2012, and there's that one, and then there's one other one. They're all about like the end of the world.
What
Or no, the day-
movie,
The
dude.
day after tomorrow.
The Rock has like two
Movie
good
sucks.
movies.
I like Central Intelligence with him and Kevin Hart. That one's pretty funny.
Nah, Kevin Hart
Jumanji was
always-
funny. I like Jumanji. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. It was funny.
No, Walking Tall was pretty good.
Or only the beginning
Pain
of
and-
the
Pain
other
and-
guys when he's in.
I was
when he's a
about to
cop.
say it.
Pain and
I was
Gain
about
is
to
the
say
best
other
Rock
guy.
movie for sure.
Pain and Gain's all right.
That
No,
movie's
but-
fucking
good.
hilarious.
In the beginning of the other guys, him and Samuel L. Jackson are like these cocky police officers, and they're just like stupid. Like they're really stupid, but they just like act like they're in this like high action movie, and then they end up jumping off the building because they're like, "All right,
Fucking
you see
dying.
that? You see that thing down there? We're gonna land on it." And they're like, "There is no thing." They ended up just jumping off the building and hitting the pavement. Like because like they're just delusional.
It was so funny. That's a good movie.
I mean, I'm not generally a fan of Will Ferrell movies, so I didn't really care for the rest of it, but the beginning was really good.
You know, like I like Will Ferrell movies whenever like it's like a movie like that. You know what I mean? It's not like his normal role, which I like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like some of his normal roles, anyways. But I like Talladega Nights. That one's funny as hell.
I can't
Step
think of
Brothers.
anywhere he's not just playing like another version of him, like the characters he plays. Like I remember
Brothers is
seeing
alright. It's not my
like,
favorite, to be honest.
John C. Riley, who's in a lot of his movies, but
Yeah.
I've seen in other movies, and he does a good job. When it's not just like a straight comedy, like he plays a more serious character. But when it's just ridiculous, and I'm like, I've seen this already.
You guys are lame.
I like Blades of Glory. That one's funny. He doesn't play the same character there.
Does he play?
You don't like semi-pro? Semi-pro?
Semi-Pro is pretty funny.
Does he
I
play
love
a
Night of the Roxbury.
goofy, quirky, like version of something? Because that's all he ever plays.
No, he's more like a cocky asshole in that one. Like he plays
so
like
in the
bad
racing
boy.
one, like in Talladega Night, he's same thing. So he just does the same thing over and over again.
Not quite the same as Talladega Nights.
You guys are just jealous of him. It's fun.
Hell yeah, dude! Are you fucking serious? Absolutely jealous of him. He is
I guess
not
if it
in-
works,
Oh, he is actually. He's in Austin Powers. I forgot about that.
isn't he the guy that falls off and breaks his legs?
Yeah.
He's like, it smells like almonds. I'm gonna try and stand up, and then he breaks
He's
them
in
again.
Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah,
Who's he playing Starsky and Hutch?
I can't remember.
Neither can I.
I appreciate that you guys, being from a southern area, would be much more familiar with that.
What?
Starsky and Hutch. I ain't watched that.
Dude, I love Starsky and Hutch. I wanted to be a cop when I was younger because of Starsky and Hutch. And then my dad was like, "Nope, cops suck." And I was like, "All right, well, I guess I won't be a cop anymore."
Not that wrong.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I'm putting more on the leave it side of things rather than the take it.
What are you taking?
Nothing. That's what I said.
Baby.
Leaving Will Ferrell to the other people. But I mean,
Elf is
people
still one of
think
my
he's.
favorite Christmas movies, though. That's just so funny.
I don't like that movie.
I love that movie. That movie's so funny.
It's not one of the classics. People act like it is. It's not.
It is
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it will
It is
be.
now.
No, I've started
I mean, it
trying
was
to
made
find
in-
more.
It was made in 2003. It's
Yeah,
over
that was
20
like
years old.
a couple years ago.
It's over
I mean,
20
you
years
can't
old.
say something's not like a classic just because it just takes time to be a classic.
Yeah, and
Some
it
things
will
don't
just, some
always
things,
become classics.
Yeah, that like Elf.
That
it
movie
won't
will
ever
be a classic.
No,
Yes, it will.
It's dead
Which
and
movie?
gone.
Elf. It'll
Elf?
be a classic.
I mean, to some people it will be. I don't like
I mean,
Elf. But
it's a classic. I love Elf. I love that movie. That movie's funny as shit.
I also don't like Christmas, so if you
I've
don't
been-
really like Christmas,
It's
then
messed
Elf's
up.
not like a great
Christmas
I've
movie.
been
is the
trying to
best
find
holiday.
the unorthodox ones. Where have you seen the new one where Santa's like killing people? It has the guy from
Yes, we know you like the horror movie.
No, it's not a
that
horror movie.
No, it's a
it's
funny
like an
movie.
action. It's like an action thing.
Yeah, and he like taps his nose and he does the magic.
Yeah, I think
You know
it's the
my
guy
actual
from
favorite one is the
Stranger
Santa
Things.
Claus.
Santa Claus is good
The
because it's
Santa
like
Claus is awesome.
it got weird though. We watched more of them and it got weird.
No, the second one's okay. Third, I have never seen the third one. I really don't wanna.
Yeah, they
No.
started making it more and more strange. Like it had like it was grounded originally, and then just started getting odd.
And then
And the
I
second
like-
one,
Go ahead.
I would say the second one was just unbelievable with him having to find a wife and using magic to make it happen within like a week.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I just watched the first one. That's it.
It's kind of creepy. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I actually don't like? Controversial is I don't like A Christmas Story. Or no, not A Christmas Story. That's not the one I'm thinking about. I was looking at it. What's the one? Shit, Home Alone. I don't like Home Alone.
Home Alone's a classic.
It is a classic. I agree. But
I like Home Alone because you get to watch all the ridiculous things happen.
I mean, it's okay.
I don't like the parts where it's all like family and friendship. I like the parts where he's punishing these people for breaking into his house. That's funny.
I do quite enjoy that.
The only thing I like about Home Alone is the joke from Letterkenny, where like the hockey coach is like, "That's an inspirational movie of taking pain and keep going." That's kind of funny to me. That's about
So
it.
you like it?
No, I don't watch it, but
That's
But I
another one
enjoy
they
the
kind of
joke
went off
about
the
it.
rails later on. Yeah, we
Jim
just got
Carrey's
done.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas is also the best one.
Yeah, I can't fault that. Except the end where he like decides to give their crap back to him. Horrible twist. He should have burned it all.
It's not even
Just-
Christmas time. We're talking about Christmas movies.
Yeah, we just got done watching 3 Scream movies again. We watched them like a couple weeks ago, and then we had to watch them again because some people hadn't seen them.
See, like, the thing about Halloween, Halloween's over for me now because we did our trunk or treat this past Friday, and now I'm done with Halloween.
I'm gonna see if I can like pay some people in your neighborhood to go like TP and egg your house.
I don't know
I
what the
think.
fuck they're gonna TP. I don't have any trees.
Your house.
The house itself, I guess.
All right, that's fine.
Your
The
car.
Halloween. That's what you get. Trick or treat. You get the trick if you don't like Halloween. You ever seen? There's a movie called Trick or Treat, where if you don't respect Halloween, then you get murdered by the little spirit of Halloween. His name is Sam, and he comes out and stabs you with a sucker.
I already gave like over 60 people.
Not to the people in your neighborhood.
Nobody comes by my house.
If you're not in a costume on
like,
Halloween,
main street.
that dude's
I've
coming.
not been in a costume on Halloween.
To be fair, I don't
a
give out
long
candy
fucking
on
time.
Halloween either, but-
No, but in that movie, you actually have to have a pumpkin out. It has to be lit until Halloween's over, and that wards off the little spirit that will break into your house and murder you if you don't have one. So just saying, you're playing with fire. That's actually a pretty good movie. You might like it. You should watch it.
I already did my Halloween thing. Like I said, we decorated the school. We did a trunk or treat. Gave a bunch of candy out. It was pretty awesome.
Mark, just do me a favor because you got like almost 2 weeks, right? Just watch Trick or Treat. It is a little bit of horror, but it's a little funny, and I think you'll appreciate it.
What's it on?
I have no idea.
Well, then probably.
I'll just remind me. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's the little pumpkin guy, and he's gonna murder you if you don't keep a pumpkin out. A little bit of gory though, because it is kind of a horror movie. There's some people you would like in it. There's like characters. It has the girl from the X-Men, and then it has the other guys from the X-Men too. Now that I think about it, the old man. You'd like it. You'll like it. It's funny. Teaches you a valuable lesson about respecting Halloween. Older holiday than Christmas too. Look it up.
Whatever.
Halloween?
Yep. Samhain. Look it up. It's what it's based on. Pagan tradition. Predates Halloween or predates Christmas. Sorry, people that like Christmas. It's a holiday.
Jesus?
They made it up just to sell toys.
I mean, isn't Christmas based on like the birth of Jesus?
Yeah, pagan goes back further than that. So
when did it happen in pagan?
Like, do you know that the Christian religion was trying to like stamp out pagan like traditions? So it's like thousands and thousands of years old.
Man,
And you're trying to say Christianity isn't?
It's like 2, right? 2000.
I don't know. You seem like you know the facts here. So
how old is the pagan one?
I'm spitting facts, okay?
you're
Look
just
up
spitting
Samhain.
what you think it is, but you have no idea, dude.
I'm sorry. You know how much information I just vacuum up on any given day?
So you
I
just
can't-
blurt it
I
out without
can't have
any
it all
facts.
just like cited with me on a moment's notice.
Yeah, well, you can't just go around spitting stuff if you don't know
See-
if it's true or not.
No, I know it's true. I know that Samhain and like the traditions that form Halloween are way older than Christmas and go back further than at least
How do you know that?
because I've seen all these documentaries and I've read all these sources. Like
That
you can
doesn't
look
mean that
anywhere.
you know that.
You know,
See-
theoretically, I could see where you're right as far as it being older than Christmas potentially, but like, you know, believe what you want to believe. But if the Bible's correct, then technically nothing's older than Christianity.
And dinosaurs were put there
Just
just to trick us.
saying.
It just throws out stuff.
I mean,
That was a theory I heard from religious people is that they were like, well, dinosaurs aren't millions of years old because
We're not talking
that
about dinosaurs.
doesn't work. Yeah, it's the same idea. You're just like, well, if it's that old, then it's not true because the
It doesn't-
Bible they do.
Okay, whatever.
That's a whole tangent. If you want to go down that path, I will go get some
You're
notes.
You're the one going down.
But I
it.
don't
You're
feel
just
like-
spitting like stuff that you have no idea if it's true or not.
No, I'm 100% sure that Samhain
you're
is
not.
older. Okay. Let's see. Halloween. Where's the research guy? Look it up.
I'm looking
God, why am I
already.
doing this?
I'm
I
actually
can't
looking. I'm just
multitask.
enjoying watching you try to double fuck this out.
If
The
I stop
fact that
talking,
you have to like
then
look
it's
it up
over.
means you don't know.
Yeah, I don't have all this information off the top of my head. You know how much other stuff.
Based
I
on what
pulled
he's
up.
saying, it does look like Halloween based on like when they were actually celebrated is older.
Yeah,
I think it's hilarious
Because
if you weren't there, like personally there to witness it, Nick does not credit your opinion.
Because it can't be 100%. Like 100% is known fact. Like nobody can dispute it.
Like Nick doesn't even argue like against the point, just argues you're 100% sure about it. Like that's
Yeah.
all he's arguing.
that
Because you
argument
can't
would
be.
that argument would blow back way more. I feel like on religion than it would on saying Halloween's not as old as religion.
Yeah, no one's saying that except for you. You're the only one who said anything about 100% of it being correct. And it's
100%,
not,
no
not true.
question.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't even know the Bible's as old as they say it is. Maybe it was just like a few hundred years old, and some people just like, we're gonna say it's older. Done.
No,
See?
you know
How do you?
that the thing that you're saying didn't do the same thing.
Oh, mine's just from other traditions.
Exactly. You can't answer it. You see what I'm saying?
Nick gets so passionate about this. I love it.
I just don't get it.
It comes
okay,
on. It comes across more as like digging in on one part that's hard to argue without me having all the facts, and then like.
If you're 100%, you gotta have all the facts.
Well, see, like all this stuff gets pulled from like
Oh
artifacts
my
that they
gosh.
find, texts they find, stories people pass down. Like there's ways that they have all this stuff. So like I don't have it off the top of my head, obviously. And the research guy's doing fuck all to give us any details. So
Technically,
I mean,
you don't have
what
anything on your head. You're
whatever
Give
I
me
would be
facts.
looking at in research there's no facts on it. That's the whole
give me
problem.
the facts.
No, dude, it's 100%.
Fire up the time machine.
There's
Fire it up.
facts.
That's the
There's gotta
problem
be
with all of
facts.
religion. There is no fact. Some people have faith that the Bible is fact, but there is no true fact.
Well, Steven said it's 100%, so there's facts. You find them.
There isn't facts. Unless you truly believe that
waiting.
the Bible is 100% fact, in which case you can, and that's fine. But that's the whole point of religion, right? Is to have faith.
I have facts, just not with me.
Where'd you get those facts? The internet?
I got them.
Just
Which source is credible these days? See, I run
None
into that
of
a lot
it.
all
That's why
times.
none of it's fact.
They're like, so like that's the problem.
Come
is
on.
everything is just like well that's just some bull crap.
That's what I've been trying to say.
So then education as an entire like
Is a
concept,
lie. Yes.
everything. So just no
Just-
Oh,
point
here
in
we go.
learning.
Back to college papers with Asher.
Oh, I wasn't going that route, but
Yes.
that just undoes everything. But it does remind me of the other conspiracy I've seen where you just can't trust anything anymore. And like this is the end byproduct where just like even when you tell somebody a true thing, they're just like, no, where'd that like no, they won't believe it. Can't believe it.
I'm gonna
Can't
make
you?
a your least favorite podcast T-shirt that has an ocean liner
Why
on
can't you question these things?
You can question them, 100%.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
the
we
beauty of
should.
it.
Maybe that's what's wrong with it. We don't question
You
enough
can
stuff
question it.
anymore.
But you also have to like be critical of the things, and then if there is stuff that you can't just blanket say no to everything no matter what. That doesn't work. So you have to be willing to like go, oh, okay, this works. I will add this to what I consider true now.
I agree. You can believe what you want to believe, but you can't say it's 100% fact. It's just not true.
I'm gonna take you back. We're gonna go to a cave in like
wish
the
you
middle of
would.
Scotland somewhere, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna show you. Look at that.
I'm just
Look how
saying.
old that bone is. Look at it.
You can believe what you want. You can't just go around saying stuff that's just you have no idea is true or not. But you can believe what you want to believe. You can speak your opinion. But when you start saying 100% fact, you better come with 100% facts.
All right. Well, then I will gather up the facts. and
Good.
next time, that's all we're talking
And
about.
I will
It's gonna be a
not
two-parter.
say a damn thing to you if you could back it up 100%.
See, I talked about, because I was going through all these conspiracies, and I was like, I'm about at the point where I'm going to start making one of those little boards where I just string shit together. But I was like, I would just have no time for anything else. And each thing would be just mountains of all the crap I've collected, because you have to cross-reference, see what's actually true.
I'm going to single-handedly send Steven into a fucking... like...
Shannon's gonna be in here. What the fuck
No,
did you
see,
guys do?
the worst part's gonna be when I'm done, because then I will make sure that I
you'll
subject
never
everyone
finish.
to it. Everyone's
you know
gonna
what?
get it.
Once you finish, I'll be like, prove it, dude. Prove it again.
No, I mean
more
that's what I said.
facts.
I'd have already verified and have the evidence irrefutable at that point from what I
And
could.
then
If I couldn't, then I would have just abandoned that string and go on to ones I could, and then I just put all the facts together, all the details, all the evidence, and then I'm gonna force it down everyone's throat.
I wish you
until-
would, dude. Do it.
Well,
it.
I think that'll be a good thing for next week.
It's
This
gonna
has been
be
your
just
least
a
favorite podcast. Check us out next week while Steven will shove things down your throat.
week. Baby.